with schools closing and people preparing for holidays in other provinces, Gauteng's traffic department has warned that the N3 to KwaZulu-Natal, N4 to Mpumalanga and the other N routes will be flooded with traffic. Motorists advised to check their vehicles to ensure it is roadworthy before embarking on their journey. So they have been warned that if they are found without proper documentation, they will face the full brunt of the law. SABC News reporter Nozintombi Miya is joining us to give us an update on Gauteng's road traffic at this afternoon. Good afternoon, Nozintombi. Thanks for joining us at this hour. Perhaps you could tell us where you are and really just give us, paint that picture. How is the traffic movement where you are right now?
Yeah, thank you so much. We are at the KwaZulu-Natal Toll Plaza. You know, it's one of the biggest toll plazas, one of the busiest ones. And we do know that the Johannesburg Metro Police have said that they will be monitoring the toll plaza, which is KwaZulu-Natal Miya, as well as the Hook, as well as the long distance haul transport hubs in the CBD. And I do have with me two guests who'll give us a broader picture of what it looks like right now and what is anticipated to take place throughout the course of this long weekend. My first guest, I have Colonel DP Mariti from the SA Police, who's setting up this operation that's been happening here. You guys are hard at work. How has the operation been so far?
Oh, thank you, ma'am. The operation has been quiet. The people, they coming from Free State, heading to Johannesburg. Most of them, they're going for holidays. But the main aim of the operation, we want to check. Nothing illicit must go to Johannesburg. We're looking for firearms, drugs, and then the drivers that are under the influence, we are also looking for them. We don't want any person coming from outside and giving us a problem in Gauteng.
Any problem? What is your advice to motorists? Obviously, we do know that, we don't want them to speed, we don't want them to drink and drive, but when they do get to an operation like this, some of them freeze. I mean, we saw a little bit earlier, one of the guy trying to ram through the cones and the officer trying to explain that they need to calm down. So what advice would you give them when they do get to an operation like this, and how best to assist the police to help them move the situation along faster?
Okay, we'll ask them, they must keep calm and then give us the information that they saw on the road, because now you'll find we are packed on a certain site in the roadblock being static, and then there's some things that are happening on the road. But we've got our also moving members on the road. If there is any information, they must feel free to give us, then so that we can also look up and catch those that we missed on our roadblock.
Thank you so much, Colonel. I'm going to let you know, I'll let you go now. I know it is a busy operation. You'll see that just behind me, this is what we are seeing. The operation where the police are joined by some of the other security members, stopping and searching and making sure that motorists are following the rules of the road. And I do have another guest with me, Ndate Obed Sibasa. Thank you very much, from Gauteng Police. You've been doing this for years. What is the picture looking like today? And today is important because tomorrow is actually the very first start of the long weekend holidays. What is the picture looking like this year so far?
Let me greet the viewers. Firstly, if you look at our local routes, they are not that busy. However, take a look at provincial routes as well as national routes. The last time I checked, I think it's 30 minutes ago, we had 1,498 motor vehicles through Middleburg Toll Plaza towards Mpumalanga. That's from Gauteng. We also had 1,600 motor vehicles per hour from Gauteng, the Hook Toll Plaza, Heidelberg towards KZN. The N1 Mpumalanga, we also had more than 1,002 motor vehicles per hour. If you look at where we are, the N1 KwaZulu-Natal Miya, the N4 to Northwest, the R24 to Northwest, as well as the N12 to Embarking. They are slightly quiet. However, some are around 300, some are around 500 motor vehicles per hour. Later today, we know it is going to be hectic. We're looking at more than 2,000 motor vehicles per hour on our national routes. Very hectic on other routes. However, it is going to peak later.
What advice would you give to motorists in terms of traveling safe? I mean, they've had the whole day today. Schools closed Tuesday, Wednesday, today's Thursday. They've had the whole day on Thursday to pack. tomorrow they can start bright and early. What advice would you give to motorists to make sure that they're driving safely and they're driving at the correct speed and in the correct conditions and don't put themselves in unnecessarily unsafe situations?
It is true that schools and some industries have closed. Some will be closing next week. We also expect traffic to pick up next week from Friday the 22nd. Now that people are on the road, our message is Gauteng road safety promotions. It's simple. Take it easy on the road. Buckle up all occupants in the motor vehicle. Do not drink and drive. Do not speed kills. Do not overload. Avoid unsafe or overtaking or unsafe lane changing. You know, you find people overtaking on barrier lanes, sharp rise or blind rise, as well as sharp curves. Now, that in most cases result in head-on collisions that are mostly fatal. We have got a number of, we have recorded as a province fatal crashes which that resulted to fatalities. For example, it is not, acceptable for us to be saying between preliminary stats tells us that between 1st December and the 12th of December, just before mid-December, we have already recorded 94 fatal crashes, resulting in 97 fatalities. Out of the 97, 53 are pedestrians. That tells you that our pedestrians do not respect the rules of the road. And also important, let us also appeal to pedestrians, to say pedestrians, do not walk on or cross freeways. Our advice is for them to use pedestrian overhead bridges to cross freeways. Cross roads safely. Do not drink and walk. In closing,
Tsibasa, you are a legend in this. You have been doing this for many years. I'm just going to ask you to stand over the side so that we can close on these shots here that you are seeing, studio, before we hand back to you. Some very important statistics that Ndate Tsibasa is giving us, talking about how the Hook, as well as the Mpumalanga, as well as the Grasmere Toll Plaza starting to pick up, talking about how the crashes so far, the statistics, the pictures, as they're looking for this first part of December, almost 100 people have died, almost 50% of those being pedestrians. And he's saying to motorists and pedestrians, buckle up, watch where you're going, and keep safe, and always respect the officials and the authorities on the roads. Studio, it's back to you.